Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Eddie Marcus, and I'm spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. And I'm a social scientist. I've actually downplayed that. Most of the time, I like to advocate that I'm a spokesman for the spirit world, the spirit of love. And I think maybe some of you need to know that I have at least given some thought about the science of being social. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that in my observation, there are certain things that people desire. First of all, survival is number one. Everybody wants to survive. And there are certain essentials for survival. And the materials for such at every level are here. And so it is our duty and responsibility to identify them and then apply them so that and do it in the best way possible, which probably would include food, clothing, shelter, education, health care as well. And one of the most main things that we must do in order to make sure that these things can be available is get each of us who would benefit in one way or another involved in the process of causing that stuff to exist, so there would be enough for all of us and no one would be denied anything because everybody played a role in the process. So everybody owns it together. And so they take from it what they need, what they want, and what they desire as dictates. Now, we will have a system. This, when I say we, I'm talking about love, has a system that operates that would maintain such a way of life, and which would produce peace and prosperity and freedom and the joy of life, and most effectively, the fulfillment of your dreams. And when doing that, there's no negative baggage. So your motivation for this type of living is knowing who you are, why you are, and being just that. You are living. Your motivation must change. You're living for creation. That's why you're here, to create, to play a part with the spirit world. See, you're not just flesh, you are spirit and flesh. Flesh gives you the ability to do certain things. Spirit shows you how. And, ladies and gentlemen, by knowing and being led by that spirit, we all are here for that purpose. And there's no other way to receive any of that what I just mentioned without doing it according to the principles that would produce it. Now, today we do not experience that because our motivation is not humanity. Our motivation is not compassion. Our motivation is not love. Our motivation is not to create. We are just here. We don't mostly know why we're here. But we do know that being here, those things that I mentioned a moment ago, are still wanted, needed, and desired. But our motivation is money. With money, according to the way we have been trained and taught, we can do all of these things. The problem, my friend, is the money. Who has the money can do these things. Those who don't have the money cannot do these things. So basically what that says that what is it that would prevent some from having the money? You will understand that there is an engagement of a philosophy that benefits those who got money because they have taken from those who don't have money. Well, see, that's the system in which we live in today, ladies and gentlemen. That's absent love. And it has with it a lot of baggage. You got poverty. Yes, that comes from there. You got crime and violence. Yes, that comes from there. You got lying, cheating, and stealing. Yes, that comes from there. You got terror. Yes, that comes from there. You got war. You got lack in education. You got lack in health care. You got racism and hatred and bigotry. All of that comes because you're living according to your motivation, which is money. Money. Everything's about how do you get money out of it? How do you rob it? How do you get money? Somebody says, well, let me make a straw. I can suck water out of this here straw. That's a motivation to make money. Not necessarily. Well, in this society, it is. And right there, you have already restricted a certain number of people who would probably want to drink out of a straw from not drinking out of a straw because they don't have MONEY. Now, if the motivation was just, ooh, wouldn't it be nice to drink out of a straw? And if I can come up with how to do that, let's think about people all over the world. If they wanted to, they can drink out of a straw. And that be your motivation. And now you've got a straw, and possibly the whole world is drinking out of a straw. And everybody's happy because of you and what you've done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd just leave that with you. Thought it might add a little flavor to your thinking process. Let's hope that it did. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.